Hey, Dr. Ben Atkins here from FearlessSocial.com. Today we're going to talk about why getting new customers is like picking up girls at a bar and why you should care. All right, let's get it. Right, welcome to the Fearless Social Weekly podcast. My name is Dr. Ben Atkins, and just to give you an outline of what the show is all about, every week we cover a big topic for local marketers. And this means if you own your own dentist office, if you own your own chiropractic practice, if you own anything under the sun where you're trying to get more clients through the door, then this is the podcast for you. The whole idea behind this is we're going to teach you some very cool marketing techniques that have been used for a long time. We're strengthened with the use of the internet so that you can spend a lot less money on these things, but that you can implement in very, very few steps. Okay, so what we're going to do today is we're going to get started, and we're going to talk about a topic that's, I think, a little bit funny, but I think it's you'll understand why we're talking about it here in just a second. So the topic is why picking up girls in bars is a lot like getting new clients in your business. Now, that sounds a little bit creepy. I get it. And if you're a girl, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to freak you out. The whole concept is this, though, is anytime you're at a bar, you always see that guy, right? You always see that guy, and his whole shtick is he's going to go up to every girl in the bar, and he is going to lay it on as thick as he possibly can in the hopes of getting to take that girl home that night. And 99% of the time, the guy goes home by himself. And the reason is because, well, that's not a very trustworthy character. And most girls are not going to be putting themselves in a position to be going home with someone like that. But the thing is every night in a bar, there's also the unseen that goes on, and these are the really slick ones. They don't even necessarily have to be the good-looking guys. They just have to be the guys that are able to build trust really, really fast. And these are the guys that are going to stay with one girl all night, talk to this particular girl. One way or the other, they're going to develop a relationship with this person. So business is a lot like that. And every day we have people that we consult that own businesses of all different kinds, and every day I see when a client first comes to us how they're screwing this up, because all of their advertising is all about getting the sale right away. And it's a mistake. It's a giant mistake, and the reason is this. When you are trying to talk a cold prospect, if you're running advertising on the radio, TV, and a newspaper, magazine, whatever it is, when you're trying to talk a cold prospect into actually doing business with you, they don't trust you. They don't know you from the next guy, and it is a proven thing that we all love to do business with people that we know or people that we feel like we know. So the idea is, it's a very interesting parallel, because if you're trying to pick up girls in a bar, and I'll be honest with you, I haven't tried to pick up girls in a bar in a long time, but you see this happen quite a bit, and from my younger days. When you are trying to do these things, you're trying to establish trust. And the quicker you can establish trust, the quicker someone will make a deeper investment with you. So what we're going to do today is we're going to talk a little bit about the psychology of what it takes to actually get a new customer and some tactics that you can use on the internet. Okay, so let's kind of draw a parallel here. Number one, when you are cold to someone, like they don't know you, they've never heard of you, and perhaps your radio advertising, or perhaps your magazine ad, or even your Facebook ad. If you're running an ad on Facebook, because we are Fearless Social, let's talk about social media. If you're running a Facebook ad, the first time they see your ad, you are just like everyone else that they've seen all day. They have no reason to trust you. You're just someone trying to interrupt their day with advertising. So the idea is you have to prove that you are valuable before they will take another step with you. So with most small businesses, this is what they do. They say, hey, come in and get your teeth cleaned. And there's no discounts. There's nothing. There's no information on the front end. There's nothing to prove that the person you're going to be getting your teeth cleaned from or the dentist that you're going to be seeing has any idea what they're doing or that they're any better from any other dentist out there. So you got to understand, it's just like when you're in a bar, and if you don't go to bars, that's okay. Think about a coffee shop. It's when you walk up to someone cold and you say, hey, I would love to have dinner with you. You know, it's going to work occasionally, but without a little bit of warm-up, it's going to be very creepy. And it's the same thing with your potential clients. It's creepy or you're going to get ignored very quickly. So there's a process that we need to go through. And that particular process is what we call a trust buildup. Okay, so a trust buildup, we're going to actually go through that. And let me give you kind of the steps of how to do this as an offline business. All right, so number one is if you've got someone who doesn't know who you are, and let's say you want to put a Facebook ad in front of an audience that you think would love your services. So let's say we're a dentist. We're going to get on Facebook and we're going to put together an ad. We're going to put it in front of females, most likely, because they make the decisions when it comes to the dentist usually, probably between the ages of 25 and 45. And we are going to target our local area. If you're not familiar with Facebook ads, you can target all of those demographics with just a few different clicks inside of the Facebook ad editor. Now, when we actually target that audience, we have to do something to get their attention. And just saying, hey, come into our office for dental work is not going to cut it, because let's just be real honest. Most of the time when they're on Facebook, most of the time when they're in their car listening to the radio or watching TV, they're not interested or thinking about your office, okay, or your product that you're selling if you don't have an offline business. Whatever your business is, they're not thinking about it if you're doing most kinds of marketing, okay? So what we have to do is we have to start building some trust. So here's what we do. We basically give them some sort of results in advance, all right? So results in advance are what we're doing. So the perfect example would be in the case of a dentist. We want to teach these folks, these females between 25 and 45, possibly the 10 ways that you can prevent your kids from getting a cavity this year. Okay, the 10 steps that you can take to prevent your kid from getting a cavity this year. Okay, or the 7 things that you can do to have a wider smile in 2 weeks. So what these things are, this would be a short little thing that we put together. You can type it up in Microsoft Word. You can type it up Google Docs, whatever you want to do. We want to put something together that is based on the knowledge of the expert that we are trying to sell later down the road. So if we are in the dentist office, and we're using that example, we want to prove that this dentist knows their stuff. And how we do that is by giving away results in advance. The big blowback I get from my clients when they first sign up with something like this is, well, if I'm solving the problem for them before they come into my office, why would they come into my office in the first place? And the reason they'll come into your office is because, you know what, they're not going to do the thing that you teach them how to do. Or they're not going to get as good a results because they didn't do it exactly right. But the idea is that whatever you give them for free, that information, it gives them some results. So it proves to them that you know what you're talking about. And when it comes time to actually pick someone to, you know, be their dentist, they're only going to think about you because you already gave them some results in advance and you did it for free. So the idea is if it's so good, the free stuff, then absolutely we need to go see this person and pay them money for more and more and more results. Now, this is the same concept as the bar. All right, let's jump back to the bar. If you're a guy trying to pick up a girl, the whole idea is to prove value and prove that you're interesting and prove that you're fun to be around before they decide that they want to be around you more. They want to get dinner with you. So, you know, a good opening line, a good joke, or a good tip, you know, watch out when you go out in the parking lot. There was a fight earlier. Those are the things, you know, those are lame examples, but you get what I'm saying. Those are things that are going to start a conversation and start exhibiting the person you are, so they can decide pretty quickly if they want to spend any more time with you. And then you can lead into actually asking for what you want. So let's jump back into what we're going to be doing in our dental example. So for a small business as a dentist, we're going to give away that information in advance. And what's going to happen is we're going to put them into a position to where, for free, they can grab that knowledge from us. All they need to do is put in their email address so we know where to send it. Now, how this is accomplished, if you've never heard of a squeeze page or an opt-in page, then let me explain what this is. It's one of those pages that you've probably seen yourself on the internet where you jump on, you put in your email address, and you get something for putting in your email address. Okay, now this is an exchange. What happens is you're put on an email list so they can contact you later and market to you later, but the exchange for your email address is the piece of knowledge that they promised you in the first place. So a couple things need to come together to make this happen. We actually build all this stuff for our clients, but you have to have a web page where you can, put the email sign up and all the things that tell them what you're promising. A lot of times when people are starting out, I just tell them, hey, cut a video. Cut a video for that page that says, hi, I'm Dr. So-and-so, and I've got the 10 ways that you could whiten your teeth in the next 2 weeks, two shades. All right? And all you have to do is put your email address in the box below, and I'll send this to you for free. So just a real quick video, a sign-up box below it, and what's going to happen is the second they put their email address in that, they're going to be sent your report by email. Now, this is done with something we call an autoresponder. An autoresponder is something that when they sign up, they're going to be sent a message automatically. That's why they call it autoresponder. It's going to automatically respond to them with the information that you promised them. So what we're going to do is we're going to put that together. We're going to have them opt in. We're going to basically get the thing that they want, which we advertise to them on Facebook or on a billboard, on the radio, whatever. And once they opt in, they're going to get it. And immediately when they start reading that and they start seeing that you know what you're talking about, they're going to start to trust you more. And if they trust you more, then it's much, much easier for them to actually decide to do business with you later. So what we do with our clients is we will structure a follow-up set of emails that are going to not only stress the benefits of the thing that they downloaded for free, but also stress the benefits of coming down to our office or signing up with us online or paying us money. And that's where we get from the money gap to actually moving into making a sale. Now, why is this better? Well, most of you maybe, if you've never done this before, you may be thinking, well, that just takes forever. My advertising right now works really well because I get clients. The thing is how many times did your clients hear that before they came in? Or how many people actually heard that and you just happened to get 2 or 3 that just your service was an emergency or they really needed you and it was just the chance? Wouldn't it be nice if you could start building a list of people and have that list that might need your service down the road, or when you had a really good deal on a service, you could send it out to that. Let's say you have a slow week, you could send out a deal to that group, and that would push them over the edge to decide to come in. So that's the idea. That's the idea. It's all about trust, and the way you build trust is by delivering some sort of result in advance, because everybody in the world that's in business, at least 90% of them, are so concerned with making sales that they forget they have to deliver value to people before they actually make the sale. You have to deliver value before, you have to deliver value after they buy, and you have to deliver value way down the road forever. That's how you're going to get referrals down the road, which we'll cover, I'm sure, later on a different podcast. But that's the idea. If you really want to stand out, and this has been proven in billions and billions and billions of dollars that companies have made because of this, if you really want to stand out, you have to put something out there that delivers results in advance and at the same time brands you as an expert, okay? And it's not hard to brand yourself an expert. You just have to teach someone something. And at the end of the day, that's the key. If you can teach someone something, they will feel closer to you. That works in the bar too, by the way. If you wanted to really get in good with someone you don't know, male or female, by the way, teach them something over a beer or a cup of coffee. Teach them something that they might not know, but they would be interested in knowing, and that's a great way to bond initially. So, like I said, I don't want to get too far over our time because, like I said, I want to keep these podcasts extremely short and extremely sweet for you. But the key here is when you are setting these things up and you really want to start getting the attention of potential clients, there's tons of ways to get traffic. We can run a Facebook ad. We can run a radio ad. We can run a TV ad. We can do newspaper things. But what if all of a sudden in the newspaper you delivered value in advance, and in your newspaper ad, instead of just telling people, hey, come into our shop or come into our store or our practice or buy this thing online, you delivered value for them. You taught them something. If you teach them something, then immediately they will want to know more about you. That's going to draw you closer. We are a culture that passes down our knowledge by stories. And if you can tell a small story, a small story, and you can start getting across valuable information that that person can use in their own life, they will come back to you. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed it. It's, like I said, short and sweet. We want to keep these small but super valuable. Think about that. Think about how in your business you can turn, some knowledge you already have that maybe your customers don't have. You can give that knowledge away to them for free in exchange for maybe an email address or in exchange for a phone call, whatever it may be. Give them to that at a very low cost, no money exchanged, and then I promise you, you will start seeing more money exchanged with you because you delivered a lot of results before they ever did any business with you. And you know what? That's just a great way to do business in general. So Dr. Ben Atkins here. Thanks for listening to the Fearless Social Podcast. You can get more good stuff from us at fearlesssocial.com. And like I said, we are here to help you, get more traffic to your business, convert that traffic into customers, and then help you build the structure around your business so that it's easier to run. So check us out at fearlesssocial.com. I hope you enjoyed today. We will continue this conversation about funnels and how you can make the sale down the road once you give away the free thing on a future podcast. I will see you next time. Thanks for listening. Like I said, I will see you on the blog at fearlesssocial.com.